Greetings, welcome to the Running Trader. Okay, so let's look at this week's Forex trades. Let's get straight into it. This is a chart of the pound against US dollar, 5-minute candlestick chart. Really easy strategy I use. It's called the London Breakout strategy. I mentioned it in previous videos. So simple. Basically what you do is you highlight the range, the Asian session range, the high and the lows. Here in the UK that runs from midnight to 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, and so I've got 5-minute candlestick chart here. And I've already done the highs and lows of the Asian session, so this is the Asian session grayed out here. Okay, now what you do is you buy it or sell depending which side of the box it goes. So in this instance, for example, pound against US dollar, this is on Tuesday. Monday was nothing to speak about. This strategy won't always work because sometimes there's no breakout, but in this case there was, and you wait for a full candlestick to come out of the box. Now some traders use 10 minutes candlesticks, 15-minute candlesticks. I prefer 5 minutes, just the way I do it. So sell here, full candlestick comes out. Now what I do is I set my trade automatically, so I'm not watching it. And I set my trade, so I have a plan to get 20 pips with 15 pip stop. And I have a trailing stop. So what happens is, if it moves in my favor, the trailing step moves it 5 pips at a time. So it goes down from 15 pips to 10 pips to 5 pips, then eventually break even and then into profit. I just find it minimizes my losses, and I've been using it for the last few trades. It seems to work really well. I've also done a video on it as well if you want to go and check that out. Okay, so what happens here is I sold here and then automatically the trade got closed off here. But that's not the end of the story, because actually the trade didn't get closed off there because I didn't trade this. Pound US is not the only currency pair that you can trade as regards London Breakout strategy. You can trade the Euro US, which is a debate between the two, which I tend to trade. I won't trade both. I'll trade one or the other. Normally, I look at many factors. Normally, it is just based on the fact that whichever breaks first. So it can come down to luck as well. So what I did was, in this instance, I actually went for the Euro US. There's the Asian session. It comes out here. Okay. But what happened was really strange, because down here is where the 20 pips is. But for some reason it didn't automatically close. And what happens is I get alerts on my watch. I get alerts on my watch when the trading stops moving. I'm thinking, okay, it's moved into profit there, or it's break even. I'm only going to lose this much now. I've got this much profit, whatever. And what happens was I came back into the computer, into the laptop, which I shouldn't have done, to check how it was moving, how much profit I had already made. And I could see almost touch. We had when the trade was live, a live limit line here, and it was like, I'm like, it's touching. That should give me the 20 pips. Why is the broker not closed it off? And I did something stupid. I waited for it, bounced back up again. I waited for it to come back down and touch it. Bear in mind, I'd already got the 19 pips. So I was already looking at what, £12 a pip, 200 and what, we're looking at 38, yeah, 230. No, wait a minute, get my maths right. It'd be 228, because £12 a pip. And at 20 pips it'd be 240. So yeah, 228. But being the runner I am, I'm very competitive. And it sounds so stupid now because of what I was waiting for. I was waiting for that extra pip, so I could put on my record books, well, I got the 20 pips. Because bear in mind, I'm gambling that 228 just for £12, because it's not like I'm keeping it open and so it can come all the way down here and I get even more because I'm proved right. No, I just want to prove right, I get the 20 pips. So foolishly, this trend line, you can see it was trending down anyway, but this trend line was drawn in afterwards. And what happened was it bounced back up, and I manually closed here because I panicked. I thought, I guess I just wanted, a good start to the week. So I panicked, and what, it was 150 anyway. So it was still £150, but lost 90s. That was on the Tuesday. As I say, if I'd done the pound US, I would have lost anyway, so it all swings and roundabouts. And then Wednesday was really interesting because there's a lot of economic reports, and to check which economic reports are coming out, you would use Forex Factory, which I know a lot of traders know about. You just go onto the web, forexfactory.com, and you can customize it, which currencies you want to put in there, which ones you're trading, and you can put whether you want to get high impact reports, low impact. I go for the high impact. I've also got low and medium there yet, but I don't tend to take no notes of those, just the red ones. And so on Wednesday, there was a lot going on early in the morning. So at 8:15 we had for Europe, we had the French manufacturing reports, flash services manufacturing, and German flash and services. So if we go back to here, we can see French and German manufacturing reports. So normally when it comes out of the box here, I would trade it, but because this is the reports, and this came out before the pound US, which I'll show you in a minute, then I'm not going to trade it. Okay, it came down a bit more, but it came back up again, because I knew this was just a reaction to the report. So why am I going to trade it? The system's not going to work in that instance. And then if you go to the pound US, they also had reports coming out that affected the pound. So there's the Asian session, and it was manufacturing services report came out, and I think that came about 9:30, so that came out a little bit later. But as you can see, it didn't really affect it much. But if I was sticking solely to the system, I would have sold there and I would have lost, because it would have gone up here and it would close out here for a loss of 15 pips. So I didn't. I waited and I actually bought here. And this time, this is where the mindset comes in. I just set it. I was all prepared to lose the 15 pips. £180 is very small on my account. I was all prepared to lose it. I ignored everything. Okay, I was getting alerts on my watch, but I wasn't looking at them. I was distracting myself. I was doing other things to keep him busy, until eventually it came in on my watch that it had closed. The trade had been closed, not the trading stop had moved. The trade had been closed, and I could see, looking at the numbers, it certainly had closed in my favour, and I was happy. I didn't get too excited or anything, and that's what it was. It was like a throwaway trade. I wasn't, often less is more. And if you get too hot and too concentrated on trying to work out trades, then that's why a lot of people can't understand. Simple is best. It's like the old 80-20 rule. You're gonna get 80% of your profits come from 20% of your trades, and you don't need to be trading all the time or doing that much work on it. And that's what I did. I just let the system do its stuff while I did other stuff in the background. So that was a very nice win on that one. And in fact, the Euro US on that particular day as well, that didn't really come to anything. If we go to the Euro US, it came up a bit, but nothing into profit. And then we get on to Thursday. And Thursday, so there's Thursday. I didn't actually, well, if I'd gone short there, I would have lost, but I didn't actually stuck to the pound US. So we go back to the pound US. And this is Thursday. And what happened was I sold here because it's gone outside the box. And then, as I've just said, you shouldn't be watching trades, but I was watching this one. Oh, well, keeping an eye on it, not really watching it, keeping an eye on it. And I could see it come back up inside the box. So for some reason, I had a feeling, I don't know why, just because it was moving too much. So instead of closing it off for 18 pips, closed it off for 11.6 pips. So saved myself about £40 there. It would have been 180 loss down to 140. And it's just because I could see it was going that way. I was in profit for the week and I wanted to stay in profit. And as you can see, it's gone up. You might have gone long that way, but then you still wouldn't have been right. And it's come down, it's gone up. And the same thing happened with the Euro US actually. The Euro US did exactly the same thing. It was very strange, gone down, gone up. As you say, they moved together. Very, very strange. And then we come today to Friday. It's just about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And as you can see, it's not really done much. Okay, you would have sold there, but actually I wasn't, and then you would have lost here actually. But actually, as I say, I've been concentrating on the pound US, and this is sometimes the way, the luck of the draw. I went to the pound US, get along to Friday, it's the Asian session. Now, a core price index report was coming out 1:30 in the afternoon here in the UK, which was going to affect the US dollar. I did go long here up the top. It was a very narrow range. I was really hopeful. I went long here, and it came right back down again. And as you can see, it stayed in this range. And then just before this report, see, they've got this big candlestick here on the report. Just before it, up the top here, it was just after one, almost at its peak. I closed off, and it was just above break even. And I closed off because don't trade news reports. If I'm already in the trade with a big profit, I'll leave it, but I'm not going to gamble on it. And I would have, even though it's sort of come back up, and it's sort of going up and staying in this range now for the end of the week, I wasn't going to gamble on the news reports. Some traders might be able to say they can do it, but as I say, it is literally a gamble, and there was no way I was going to do that. So I didn't get a losing trade, just above break even, and I was proved right because this candlestick here I would have been stopped out. And I've done a video on how to trade news reports inside non-farm payrolls. You can have a look at that and see my thoughts on it. So I definitely never trade report, and I knew that was coming up, but I was hoping the market would have gone either way by then, either a win or loss, but it didn't. So I did the sensible thing and got out, and I'm still up for the week. So it's been a good week. um, it's only £250, but that's on a small account. um, Certainly had better weeks, but that's not bad. I'm up for the week, so all well and good. And if you want to see more trades like this, I do a lot of trading the London Breakout. And even though it's such a simple system, there is so much to it. There's so many variations of it. And as I say, this is a simple system, but it's more to do with your mindset. And today, it could have ended a losing week, but I'm very much up for the month. I'm slightly up for this week, very much up for the month. We've got 2 or 3 days beginning of next week. So hopefully I can add to the month's profits, and then with a good month, if it stays the same, if I can get a couple more winning trades, then it'll be an excellent month. I mean, so far it has been a good month anyway, but we'll see how it goes. But yes, if you'd like to see more of these trades, then please subscribe to the Running Trader. I show you many more trades like this, not just winning ones, but losing ones, and give you my thoughts on how to trade them. Very simple trading system today. It's not down to system. It's all about mindset. And if you take one thing away from this video, just think about how you react to trades, and how you think about them, and note your emotions coming into them. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Subscribe to Running Trader. I'll see you there, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.